We do everything in entertainment, but swing from a pole. But if that check clears, I put my husband out there.
What don't you like about Focus? It is great to help one person, but if you could have helped 1,000 if you would have had discipline, are you okay with leaving 999 on their own?
Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy.
Hey guys, it's Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, and we have Teresa Edwards with us today for another incredible coaching episode, a hot seat episode, maybe a warm seat episode. I don't know. We don't go, it's not combative at all. It's not hot. It's a little warm. But I'm excited to have you here, Teresa. So introduce yourself to the Speak Your Way to Cash family.
Hi, everyone. I'm Teresa Edwards, co-owner of Terradome Entertainment, multimedia production company. We believe that everybody has a dream, no matter how old. So we help take the fear out of dreaming and turn it into amazing realities.
Nice. And Teresa, what does that mean, take the fear out of dreaming?
Because especially when you become all engrossed into your day, you know, I got kids, this and this and that, but we've all had that dream, you know, maybe being a singer, doing your own show, like right now it's podcasts are hot, or even, you know, our movie or video. So we help with that from from everything to the end, from beginning, you know, thinking about the concept to all the way to the end of filming it.
What service do you sell?
We sell audio engineering. So if you got to sing, whatever, voiceover. So you come in, we got a recording studio, you come in and do that. So we can do all of that, even with your concept. So I'm a producer, so I write, but I'm more encouraged and just, you know, give you concept to all the way to recording and engineering. And then if you want to do videos, we got that too. So pre to post, that's us. We do videos, we got podcasts, we even do DJs. So I always say, we do everything in entertainment, but swing from a pole. But if that check clears, I put my husband out there.
Okay, there we go. All right. Shout out to the husbands. Down for the cause. Teresa.
Sure, we'll put him out there.
Not if the check clears.
Yeah, if the check clears, he'll go out there.
Nice. What? Well, you've seen it all, folks. That makes it for today's episode. We're going to wrap it up. Okay, so you do audio. Okay, cool. Because from your one-liner, I thought you did something else. So it was good that you explained that. So anything from idea to execution, you make projects come to life.
Yes.
Any media project, whether it's audio, visual, or otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And tell me about your biggest business challenge that you want help with today.
Because the biggest business challenge, I think, is a lot of folks in this, to me, it's like a niche type field because everybody got a camera or, you know, you got a lot of music studios. So how do we make ours stand out? You know, because we can't compete with the bigger studios for like patchwork or whatever because we don't have that many actual, you know, recording studios. But we're not in the basement either. So we do have an actual office. So that's my dilemma. We keep trying different things and seeing what sticks.
And what have you tried?
So I have my latest flyer where I recorded some of the artists that we deal with in the booth while they're, you know, doing their whatever, their rapping, singing or whatever. And I added that to the flyer so you actually hear them, you know.
And is this on social media? Mm-hmm. Okay, what's your social media? Is that your main way to market? Is social media marketing?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
That and newsletters.
Okay, and what's your social media?
Terradome ENT. TERROR.
Okay.
DOME.
Okay.
ENT.
Okay.
That's where we get the fear from. Say we take the fear out of dreaming and turn it into amazing realities.
Okay. Okay. Now, what I like about your Instagram is on your Instagram, and we'll make sure that we put our Instagram in here so you all can see screen on screen what I'm seeing. But what I like about your Instagram is that it says what your services are. So that's good.
That's a plus.
That is good. Like, that is definitely a plus because honestly, from the from what I'm looking at in terms of looking at the we turn your fear of dreaming into amazing realities, I don't know what that means. Like if you were to go to a room and be like, what do? I turn your fear of dreaming into realities. They would not know you do video and audio production. They'd be like, okay. You know what I mean? All right, cool, good to know. But under here it says services, video production, music recording, photo and podcast studios, and more. I like that is clear.
Okay.
I like that's clear. And then you have your address on here. When I click learn more on your Linktree, okay.
It's a lot.
You ready for some coaching?
Always.
Okay. So when I click on your Linktree, the first thing that pops up, ma'am, is grant writing 101. Do you do that too?
We host events too. So, and that's one of the events that we're hosting.
Okay. So that link,
Maybe
this is what came up on that link for me. So it looked like that link didn't,
Oh, I need to take that down because it's over. But anyway, yep.
yeah, but that's how it goes. Like I've literally just told my team, I think yesterday, like make sure these links are accurate.
Yeah.
For where we're at right now. So no shame in that at all. But yeah, you do want to update that.
Yes.
So you have grant writing, the Power Hour with the real A.S. People Society crew.
That's my podcast.
That's your podcast. Okay. Now what is up with the real A.S. People Society? What y'all doing over there?
That's the Real People Society. That's the RAPS crew. So we...
Is it rap?
Well, that's the acronym, R-A-P-S.
Oh, raps. Yeah, okay, it is, yeah.
Yeah. So we just, it evolved. So we started off just talking about different subjects, and then I evolved into interviewing people that's like, especially like indie folks that's in the industry and entrepreneurs. So we do just whoever has an interesting story. For me, that's what I love to just talk. Because I had a meeting with a young lady yesterday, and she's like, well, what's your podcast? I mean, how do you pick your guests? And I was like, it's just if you have an interesting story, because everybody has a story to tell. So, and I'm always interested in listening and learning about people and learning about their story. And with that
It says anybody can get this smoke. That's what it says on there.
Oh yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Okay.
And, yeah.
So we got the Raps crew, and then we have tickets for another event, Terradome Entertainment website. Here's what I'd like to see. I think your first button just needs to be like, see the space, book the space, work with us. Like something that's very clear so that they know exactly how they can work with you. If it is, you're targeting Atlanta because we have a physical location and that's where people can record, excellent. So then I would make this page like, work with us. And then I would have another Instagram account that's your personal brand. And on my personal brand page, I would have a variety of other things that you do.
So I need to move that stuff over there.
I would put that stuff over there
Gotcha.
because this is your business page. So on your business page, I would keep it really specific. I wouldn't have even if you all host events at your space, is the grant writing event your event or was it someone else's?
We're partnering. I mean, so we're partnering. So the young lady I work with, she writes, help folks write grants, but it's hosted at our space. So that's how we're partnering. Yeah,
but that wouldn't be above what we do. And then you have donate to the School of Possibilities.
That's the nonprofit.
Free. Okay, so is that another business?
Nonprofit, but it's still part of me. So From School to Possibilities is a nonprofit that I created, founded, because I grew up in Florida, graduated in Miami, and then when I was graduating, there was a focus on either going to the military or just go get a 9-to-5, which is nothing wrong with that. But as I evolved in my career and just working at different technology companies, if I'd have known more, I might have chosen a different path. Now, I did go down the military path, which I love, but it's just more of educating and I target minority high school students into different areas of the entertainment because it's not just being in front of the camera. You got a lot of stuff that goes on to help that.
Okay, now it sounds like that's a real good cause.
But
is that making money?
No. That's my passion. That's my passion. I help my kids.
Put that passion. Put it on the side.
Okay.
Till we get one of these businesses going, and then we got the Free Will Letter to My Father music video.
So
Is this an artist that you all produce or?
yes, that was part of the play that I wrote, directed, and produced.
Oh, congratulations.
So thank you. So that's part of the actual soundtrack, all original music.
Okay. All right. I'm seeing the trailer here. Okay. And then Brotherly Love episode 2. Is that another play?
That is I guess you would say more of a YouTube short. So we got part 1 and part 2. I turned it into a web series. So that's what the ones that we shot, and I actually directed, and I acted too. I had to do it all.
Okay. Okay. Okay, ma'am, we got a lot going on.
We do. My husband gets tired of me because every time I come in the house, it's like, hey, and he go running because he said, you got something else.
What don't you like about Focus?
It slows my mind down. I don't dislike it. It takes a lot of energy to do that, and I get that. That's one of my things that I have to do.
Now, I too have a lot of things I want to do. And I have a lot of things. At one point when I first started my business, I told my husband, I'm going to start 10 businesses. And you will literally, if you go back to 2018, yeah, I came home, I was a lawyer. And I had a very good job. And then I came to him and I was like, I'm going to start 10 businesses. No, I'm going to start 20 businesses. And I was like, I'm going to start a makeup line. I had like 20 businesses and I filed all those LLCs. And I paid a trademark lawyer to file all these trademarks. This was before I had my own trademark firm. And all of this. And my husband looked at me and said, absolutely not. And I didn't listen because I was like, no, I have all these ideas. These ideas are great. These ideas are great. These ideas are great. And literally went and was selling all this random stuff. I was selling a little $60 ebook, a little $30 a month this, a little $300 this, and none of it was making money. And I left a $300,000 job. And it felt so good because it felt like I was getting something out. And I was like, well, if at least one person likes it, it's okay because I'm helping one person. And then I came to the realization that it is great to help one person. But if you could have helped 1,000 if you would have had discipline, are you okay with leaving 999 on their own?
Okay.
I relate to having a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I also relate to the pain of like, it's almost like you feel like you're going to lose something if you leave one for later. And planning feels like prison to some creatives, but planning and focus is real freedom.
It is. And you're right. I need to focus and check stuff off and get it done.
And not just get it done, you need to commit to being the best at it.
Yes.
Because here's the other thing. You can't be the best at 100 things.
99?
No.
98?
No.
Okay.
You can't.
Okay.
Because in order to be an expert, you have to engage in, one, they always say 10,000 hours, but really what it is deliberate practice. And deliberate practice comes from doing the same thing over and over and getting incrementally better over time, doing that for years, being known for one thing. So that someone could be like, oh, Teresa, she the best at video audio production. Their studio is world class. Like, oh, you got to go there because they're always improving it. It's always better. They have the best technicians. They always doing events for people around studio. Their marketing is incredible. Like, you have to, that takes time. And one of the things I learned is, and I'm learning this now because I'm actually a competitive tennis player, but I'm not a professional tennis player, but I just like tennis. But it's a hobby of mine. And one thing I'm learning is you have to go through being bad before you get good. And sometimes it takes a while. Like the bad phase, time varies depending on who you are. I played tennis since May. And I've played 3 to 5 times a week since then. And I have not won, or since June, I have not won a match yet. But every time I go on the court, I get a little bit better. And so it's a guarantee that if I focus on it and I keep playing it, even for a period of time, I don't know if it'll take me a year, I don't know if it'll take me 2 years, but I'll eventually get better because I realize if I just practice at it more than the people I'm competing against, which are also hobbyists, then eventually I'll get better and I'll win. Business is very similar.
Okay.
You have a certain amount of time each day. If you are focusing on 20 things, you are only getting incrementally better at 20 things. You're segmenting your day 20 different ways. Whereas your biggest competitors are focused.
That's true.
And they are lapping you right now because they are focusing.
Okay.
And here's what happens when you focus that we don't give ourselves credit for. When you focus, the market will expand you. You won't have to expand yourself. You focus in one area, you get good in one area, maybe two. I ain't gonna give you 99, maybe two, right? You focus in one area, maybe two. What starts to happen is people are so impressed with your work, they start asking, what else can you do?
And then I could tell them, oh, I'll do this. Okay. Okay.
You won't lose anything.
Okay.
What are you afraid of if you focus?
That I forget all this other stuff that got started. I won't give it the time that's needed.
And how is that working out?
It's not. We got to figure out a better way.
Okay, it's not working out. What is the result of it not working out? What does that mean for you day to day?
That means that the most important things, especially with and I totally see what you're talking about as far as the Instagram, get rid of all that stuff that's not directly with the business as far as audio and video. Go ahead on and move that to my personal stuff and really focus on the business and the three things that I'm in the process of finishing up.
Now I'm asking you, what is it costing you to not focus?
Oh,
What results aren't you getting that you should be getting? And what life aren't you living that you should be living right
I
now?
don't sleep.
You don't sleep at all? Because you're working on all the stuff. You gotta sleep.
I know.
I know personally how dangerous it is not to sleep. Like it's cost me a lot not to sleep. One of the things I will say is, what about the finances?
Need help.
Which business brings in the most money?
The studio.
Okay, how much does that bring in per month?
Depends on the month.
Some-
It's sporadic. And
Does it have months where it brings in nothing?
yes.
Does it have months where it costs you nothing?
No.
Every month you have expenses.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever wondered what you would put in an offer to corporate? Well, for one day, I'm going to get with you and we are going to craft out your corporate offer, okay? We're doing the Your Corporate Offer Summit. And this is a summit where if you are someone who wants to sell to corporations, but you're wondering what to sell, then you need to make sure you're in the building because we are going to craft your $25,000 corporate offer together for free virtually. So no matter where you are in the world, you will be able to attend. Get your free ticket via the link in the description and I want to see you there. Okay. The first thing is, how much does it cost you to run the studio?
Rent is at 18. So you get 2,000 a month when you're talking about internet and all that little stuff.
What about salaries?
No salaries. It's just my husband and I.
But you all have salaries, you're just not paying yourself the salaries.
Correct.
So what salaries should you all both be getting? So let's say we paid you both 60 grand each.
Okay.
So $120,000 for your salaries,
Okay.
right? What you should look up though, tactically is like for someone who runs a studio, what's the average salary of someone who runs a studio in Atlanta? And then if both of you are running it, you want to give yourself at minimum that salary. And you should also talk to an accountant because they'll tell you what's a reasonable salary to take. But there is a cost. You just aren't paying it. You see what I'm saying? It's like you all have expenses.
Yes.
You all should be paid a salary. You're just not getting that salary.
Yes.
So your per month expenses to run it aren't just the hard costs. They should, well, your salary is a hard cost, but it's not just that. It's what you're not paying yourself.
Right.
So you and your husband aren't paying yourself. If we took 60 grand and we said, and I mean, this is going to be off because we also got to include benefits and all the other stuff, you know what I mean?
Right,
But like, let's say you did 120,000, 12 months, that's 10,000 a month, plus, you know, running the studio, 12,000, plus you should have a marketing budget. So let's say 15,000 a month could run it right?
Okay.
So if we have 15,000 a month and that needs to be the floor of what you bring in each month to pay you all and run the business and put some money into marketing,
Okay.
right? Have you ever had a $15,000 month?
No.
Okay, what's been your highest month?
Maybe 3.
Okay, and what the month that you got $3,000 in, what services did they buy?
That was doing filming. That was in the video. Because, yeah, with a combination of some folks is coming in and doing music, but it was a little bit, the bulk of it was the video.
Okay. So what was their package? Like what was their package?
I don't wasn't necessarily a package. It just depends on who it is and what they need, be honest.
So there we go.
Yeah.
That right there.
Yeah.
Gotta have a package. Okay, we're gonna go to the whiteboard.
Okay.
We gotta get you focused because focus is going to give you freedom.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay.
Focus is going to require you to have discipline. Discipline meaning, I got this idea. I'm going to write down this idea, but I'm not going to execute on this idea because I don't want the potential idea to rob the very real business of its profits.
Okay.
So every time you get an idea, I want you to think. This is the visual I want you to have. And you are not alone. If y'all know Teresa ain't alone and I'm talking to you too and you at home with 20 businesses and Instagram with 25 links, I want you to comment and let her know like, sis, we got you. I'm with you. Okay? Because that's what we gonna do in here. We gonna all stand with our sister Teresa. Here's what I need y'all to visualize. You and everybody watching this. This is your idea 1. This is your idea 2. This is your idea 3. This is your idea 4. But this is your business. And what's happening right now, Teresa, is these ideas are like robbing your business of money, time, and energy.
Agreed.
And instead of focusing here on the business that you've already committed to, because you signed a lease and you have it and you have all these assets, you committed to this business, you're married to this business a little bit. So this is the business you married to. These are all your mistresses over here.
Side pieces.
Side pieces. They robbing your business.
Yeah.
And more importantly, what happens is with limited time, limited money, limited energy, now you're coming over here and you're not dedicating all the time you should to your business because this is what's really happening. And let me know if I'm on your street.
Okay.
When the business isn't making the money or the profits that you want to get that hit of like, ooh, this new idea could potentially work. So you go on over here to the mistress idea number 2. And you say, oh, this could work. This is such a good idea. This is a better idea than what I've already committed to. This is making me feel like I'm not winning the way I want to win. But because this is new and I have no data to say this won't work, I'm going to commit over here. And then when this one don't pop off quick, you're going over here and you're like, nah, that idea wasn't that good. This idea over here is going to be even better. And you're more married to the potential of it working than committed to doing what it takes to make this one work.
You're right.
So what we got to do is not let ourselves self-sabotage this business. Because all these ideas are great. What you should do with these ideas is you should write them down so you don't forget them. And then just leave them on that Google Doc or whatever document you use and get right back over here.
Okay.
And you got to tell yourself, I'm not saying commit for a lifetime. I'm saying give this business 6 months of commitment. 6 months. So it's not even like you're married to it. Just date it real seriously. 6 months. 6 months of every day you are doing something to move this business forward.
Okay.
And social media probably shouldn't be your only, it probably shouldn't be the only way that you're getting clients in. So number 1, with any business, you're gonna need your offer, and then you're gonna need a way to market and sell that offer. So when I asked you earlier about the 3K month, you said they came in, they kind of had a package depending on who it is, No. You got to productize your services, okay? So if you have an audio visual studio, what are all the services? You said that there's studio time. So there's like, someone could record their audio book there and their music and all that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you got the studio. Then you have video production. So could they record like a video podcast there? Mm-hmm. Okay. What are your other top sellers?
Those are those 2. We do have a photo studio, but we haven't gotten folks in for that.
Okay. Which one costs more? Video production, if they come and do a video podcast, or studio?
Video.
Okay, great. So now we know that this is probably the most profitable.
Yes.
All right, cool. So for video production, now you need packages, right? And one thing that you can consider is selling them a season of a podcast. So instead of saying like, oh, rent it for a day, you could be like, all right, I could do your season. We can record your season here for this amount. And over the next month, you come in once or twice a week and you record your season.
Okay.
And literally all you have to do is show up and bring the guests and we will record it all. We'll edit it. Can you all edit too? We'll record it. We'll edit. We'll do all the things. And that could be a 10K package. It could be a 5K package. It depends. Depending on how many episodes you're going to do per season. Or you can have them do 2 seasons in 2 months. You could have them do 3 seasons in 3 months. And they have a podcast for the next 3 seasons. It doesn't matter. But you could sell packages. So you should have different packages. You should have a 5, 10, and 15K. Now, what I've seen with podcasting is if you do like a 10K and up, they do everything. Like they'll script it, they'll get the guests, they'll do everything, right? At the 5K mark though, you could give them a season. You could do 20 episodes, 10 episodes. It depends how much it'll cost you. But you gotta know your costs. And are your videographers on salary or are they hourly? How do you pay them?
We do it.
Oh, you do it yourself?
Me and my husband, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So again, you got to look at your expenses and see, but can you have a 5K package and you sell 2 or 3 of those a month and then you get to your 15K?
Yes.
Now, if you want to sweeten the deal, it's like, hey, we'll record it. We could upload it. We could if you think of other administrative things you can add maybe with a VA or something else, that can get you to charge even more.
True.
So if you could literally make it so all they do is come in and you handle everything else, the uploading, the podcast descriptions, everything else, then now you can go into the 10, the 15, maybe even you throw some of that in at the 5 because you're trying to sell this package pretty fast. Like, I want to sell 3 of these this month.
Yeah.
So you can maybe add some of that in. You just have to be careful with adding additional elements to your offers because it makes it more expensive for you to deliver once you and your husband get out of it. You don't want to build it where you and your husband got to do all this extra stuff.
Agree.
Right? But I would have packages. And then for studio time, for audio, I would sell this the same way. Atlanta has 1 million authors who have books and no audiobook. And I would say, hey, we can record and edit your audiobook for $5,000. And then you'd have one and you could sell it for the rest of your life and you keep all the licenses to it and all the royalties, which would be great, especially if they're experts, they're speakers. You have a great clientele here that you can attract. Now, you are gonna have to know your audience. If your audience really is rappers and stuff, you like rappers and performers and maybe even poetry, spoken word,
yes.
Then is that more your audience?
All 3, yeah.
Okay, so if that's more your audience, then you may wanna try to sell it by record. Like we will complete your project for this amount. But you gotta sell packages.
Packages, okay.
Packages, and they have to be standard set packages that everyone gets. Like, hey, if you're gonna have an album and if you wanna do an EP, it's $3,000. If you want to do a full album, it's $6,500, and then it'll be mixed and mastered. You want to you got to sell it by the package. Like that way, you can increase the amount that you're making and ensure that you're able to hire high quality people who can help with this stuff, so that you and your husband can't be the only high quality technicians that work at the studio.
Correct.
Okay, so I would have packages here. I would have packages, and you got to look at the industry rates. You got to look at what your competitors are charging. I think for when I did my audiobook, the studio was it was like $100 to $300 an hour, and that came with an engineer. I'm pretty sure that's about what we paid, but it did not come with the editing of the audiobook. I had to it was supposed to, but he ended up quitting, and so the engineer who the studio gave me didn't do it. I had to hire my own editor to do my audiobook. But most of my book sales come from the audiobook, not the physical book.
Really?
Yes. So that's why I think this is a really big opportunity, because most authors who don't have an audiobook are missing out on royalties. I get a check every single month, I think, from Amazon, or is it every week? I get a lot of KDP checks, and they're mainly audio. We've sold more audio than physical books. People love audiobooks. And it's great because you'll attract experts, people who are going to invest in getting that product out.
Okay.
So that is a market you can maybe branch into. But if right now you have rappers and artists and poets, are they cost conscious?
Yes.
So then you may need to look at your market. You may need to look at your market because you need to make sure that the main packages you sell are 5K.
Yeah.
Because you have the studio, you have the audio, you have the mixed and master, you're giving them their licensing rights. Like you're going to have, you need 5K. That's where that needs to be your floor. If you do a promotion or a Black Friday sale, maybe you could do a $3,500 package, but it's like maybe for a couple of things, but not everything.
Right.
You know? So I would seriously consider looking into packages. And then in terms of how to sell it, because that's the other thing. Right now, are you just doing posts?
Yes, posts and newsletters. I do a newsletter. Promote whenever I can, words for word of mouth. But the bulk of it is definitely posts.
Okay, so I would say you need to do outreach.
So explain.
Pitch people to come in.
Okay, example.
Example, like, you know that there's you see someone recording their podcast. Hey, that looks great. We actually have a studio. I'd love for you to come and do a tour.
Okay.
I listen to your podcast. You have audio. You don't have a visual component to your podcast. And do call outs. So when I look at your social media platform right now, I don't see a lot of call outs. So a call out would be, I see a lot of the videos. And here's the other thing. On your social media right now, these all look the same. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I can't tell.
That's the post Sarah was talking about.
Okay. Because it shows them using it. And do you all make these graphics?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is great. Is this a testimonial?
Yeah.
I like this. I like the look of this. And this is your studio?
Yes.
It looks really nice. But a call out would be this. Do you live in Atlanta? Are you an expert? I'm doing a free in-person training. It literally calls out. Like, are you in Atlanta? Do you want a podcast? If so, comment me below. And then you DM all those people. Call it out. Like, call out what you're looking for. Do you have a book and not an audio book and you live in Atlanta? We're running a special for Black Friday to help you record your audio book so you can make money every month passively.
I have a book and not an audio book, so I need to do that myself.
And that could be great because then you could show, like, this is my audio book.
Okay.
So you got to do some call out posts. You also may want to run local ads. They're the cheapest type of ads to run in our experience. So you just are targeting I would target 10 miles from your studio and say, are you an entrepreneur looking to create a podcast? Comment me below. Like, that could also be your ad.
And I've also been sending emails to the folks that are in my building. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've been doing that.
How's that working?
I haven't gotten any response back, but I'm not stopping. So
Have you gone in?
No.
Just go up to them.
Okay.
They're in your building.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to introduce myself. Do you all ever do any video?
Okay.
Do you have any video elements to your marketing that we can help you with?
Okay.
So that's something that I would definitely look into is like, how can you do more direct marketing?
Okay.
Direct marketing. I would run advertising. I'd run local advertising to get people in and to raise awareness. And when you run the ad, collect their phone number, collect their name, collect their information, and then ask, like, hey, if you submit your name here, we're doing a raffle this month for someone to get 20% off their first studio time with us.
Okay.
But raise your rates before you do that. Like, raise the rates first.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that we need to go into. We haven't even scratched the surface. Overall, have packages, productize your services. 2, I want you to do some paid advertising. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could be like $500 just within 10 miles of your studio, and you need to have them self-identify and say, if that's you, submit your name here.
Okay.
We're doing a raffle this month to give 20% off, da-da-da.
Okay.
Like, claim your coupon here.
Okay. Okay.
And start getting some leads consistently.
Yes.
We don't have time to talk about launching, but that's something I'd recommend you look into. You should read the book, The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. You should also read the Speak Your Way to Cash book.
I do have one.
Okay,
I need to finish it.
So yes, finish that book. And we do have an audio book, so you can listen to it. And just really start thinking about how you can get the message of your company out. And if you're going to use social media marketing, then I would look at, I would get all your competitors on a sheet. Mm-hmm. And have all their Instagrams on a sheet and look at what they're doing for social media marketing. But I think for you need to do more call outs. You need to share your voice, your story. I need to see more videos of you like, hey, you guys, look at the studio. Look at this, studio tours.
I know, because that's what you said in the thing. I need to do more lives.
Yeah, more lives. Just show people the space because it's local. So you need an Atlanta base and host free events in your space so that people can come and see it. Create your own podcast. Learn to create your own podcast. 5 benefits of creating a podcast. Host it at your space. They come learn how to create a podcast. And you're like, look, sign up today to do your season. If you're bad at it, sign up today. to do your season. And they could sign up for $3,500 or $5,000 and they can come back. They've already been there. They can come back another day and record their podcast with you because you taught them why they should have a podcast.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, and it's in your space. You already have that space. So
I already
I'd
have
be
it.
using that space to do events. I'd be using that space to get people to see it. I'd be using that space to draw in people. I'd have a open house, walk-ins of people in the community so they can see the space. But you got to get them into your space.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Well, I feel like there's so much more to talk about, but the big thing is focus. So what are you going to do as a result of this?
Focus on the business and not all the other stuff that I got, like a 15 million windows.
No more idea mistresses.
Yeah, no side pieces. Let's
No
let them
side
go.
pieces. Let them go.
Let them go.
Let them go. All right, great. Let people know how they can find you. Give the address of your space. If you're in Atlanta, please check her out. Let them know.
All right, check out Terradome Entertainment Studios. We're at 2295 Park Lake Drive right here in Atlanta, right inside the perimeter. We close to everything. And we will, I don't know, we'll work with your time.
Love that. All right, guys, this is another episode of a coaching episode. This could have gone a lot longer, but we had to cut it off. We're so grateful that Teresa came on with us today. If you are someone who's like, oh my goodness, I need to be doing more outreach. I need to be doing more events for my business. I need to be pitching for clients and getting the money in the door. Join the Pitch Your Way to Cash membership. Go to www.pitchyourwaytocash.com and I will see you over there. And check the description for Teresa's information as well as for all of our links to our upcoming events. Make sure you don't miss Speak Your Way to Cash Live this year. I'll see you there.
Yeah. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. I need energy, need only good people that's around me. All the faith you can give, that's the recipe.